back. So, last time we learned a little bit more about Khalsal, and then some more people transformed, and now we're searching for a mother and her baby who have run away from the terrible beasts. Warm hearts, rekindled hopes. Over there, my view is blocked by the trees, but I'm sure I saw someone being chased by a beast. Oscar, go with Lancia and search along the river. Elfino and I will circle around to the south. Okay. Here's a destination to survey. Uh-oh.
That's her! No, I'm sure of it! Niven!
Don't! Please!
Oof. Oh no.
No! God have mercy!
Evan? Evan's lifeless body floats before you, battered and broken. Her death no doubt came swiftly. Her infant daughter, however, is nowhere to be seen. Search. Very tiny search spot. You take the babe into your arms. If she yet lives, you cannot tell, but she will surely not survive unless you carry her to the surface at once. You have to take the baby to Elfino. How do we get out of here? We get out of here by mounting. There's a ramp, but it's on the other end. Did you find Mevin and the child? Damn it all. You have the child. Let me see her.
She's so cold, Elfino.
The child is alert, and I see no wounds, and yet she grows weaker. My spells can do no more. What she needs is a change of clothes and a warm bed. We must hurry back. Not now!
Matsia, take the child.
It appears we've made enough noise to be heard for miles around. More will be upon us ere long. We make our stand here. Matzia, can you take her back to the village?
But the child, all by myself. You can't be serious.
The beasts will follow you home unless we stop them here. And so we shall. Be strong, Matzia. Her life is in your hands.
Right. I can do it.
I know you can. We'll keep them busy, Matzia. Go! Quickly!
Steady. You know the way. No! No! Not you too! Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid!
To live is to suffer, to drink of calamity. It is a perilous path. Death lurks in the dark.
No! I'm not afraid! I'm not afraid! Ah! Do not avert your eyes. See your life for what it is. See how the hardships make you strong. Every doubt reforged. Every agony. The divinity?
Nay, but one who would deliver thee just the same.
Please. You must save the child. She is all that remains of Mevan and Grasef. Please.
Well, well. Seems the babe's taken a liking to you. Thou art strong, little one. Let us convey thee to thy home. I spied our friends as we flew in. They appeared to be holding their own against the Horde.
Right. That's the last of them. We should hurry and find Matzia.
He had help from on high.
What, like divine aid?
A fine battle it must have been. Shame I missed it.
Estinian, it was you who came to Matzia's aid.
I was only along for the ride. Vritra was the one who saw the boy was in need. The two are headed back to the village.
Where the worm will honor Ahaiwan's wishes and finally reveal himself to his people.
Perhaps so. Will you go and join them?
There's something I need to do first. Mervyn gave her life so that her child might live. She deserves better than to be left to drift alone. She deserves to be laid to rest beside her husband, at least. Will you help me?
Well, that's a hell of a way to start an episode. We've done what we can. 'Tis for the village's Apolakistan to perform the funeral rites. If nothing else, Mervyn and Karasov died as they lived, as themselves, and not as beasts. Their souls will find peace in the ethereal sea. To think the day would come when even the smallest of solaces would be this comforting. Simple pleasures. Are you ready then? In that case, let's head to Palakistan. No doubt Breacher is awaiting us. No doubt he is. Hello, Breacher. Rest easy, for all is well here. Young Matsya returned with the babe safe in his arms. Owing to a warm bed, the girl hath already begun to regain her strength. Less joyously received was word of the mother and father's fate, as well as that of their transformed neighbors. How many children of Thavner must we lose to this calamity? Mothers and fathers, brothers and sisters, sons and daughters. Every death, another void that can never be filled. We who survive them must carry the weight of their memory as we strive to regain a semblance of what we have lost. Karasov and Mevon's babe is a child of Thavner as well. I thank you for returning her to us safe. Oh, great and merciful worm, I have not the words to express my gratitude. They say that were it not for you, brave Matsya and the child would have been lost to us forever. Long had I heard the rumors that a mighty dragon had forged a pact of friendship with the Satrap, but never would I have expected such a kind and gentle soul. Truth in part, but not in whole. I am Reacher, and for years uncounted hath this isle served as mine abode. An isle I have ruled over as Satrap, with Ahaiwan as my loyal servant. Are my ears to be believed? You were the true Satrap all along, someone says from off screen. Oh, Nidana. Nidana, what are you doing here? I heard from the Radiant that you had gone to help the people of Falakistan in their time of need. And so I and several of my colleagues from the Great Work came to offer our services. The alchemists have already brewed up some potions for Mevan's daughter. But enough about us. You and your role are the far greater enigma. If you were the true Satrap all along, could it be that young Varshan was created to serve as your emissary? Thou didst suspect the boy was but a simulacrum? A rumor has circulated for many years around the High Crucible that our most skilled alchemists were once commissioned by the Satrap's family in secret to fashion a mammoth indistinguishable from a living boy. Looking at Varshan with that knowledge, I simply put two and two together. I was not alone in drawing this conclusion, but like me, they no doubt recognized that the Satrap was using the simulacrum to work more closely with his people, and decided not to press the issue. I had always assumed one of Ahawan's associates was manipulating it from afar, though the truth is indeed far more surprising. It is an honor to meet you in the flesh, Master Mitra. Pray allow me to express my gratitude. If you had not believed in and given unto us your scales, I do not know where we would be. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. 'Twas thou that and thy fellow alchemists that fashioned the means to unmake the towers. You were the saviors, not only of Radz-at-han, but the star. Far too kind you are, Master Vritra, but the star yet wants for salvation. Once more will my colleagues and I commit the knowledge and resources at our disposal to the mission of aiding the people in this their darkest hour. 'Twould seem this place is in good hands. I would return to see how Radz-at-han fares. What will you do, Scions? I worry for the survivors we met at Perusa. Shall we pay them a visit before making our way back? In that case, might I ask a favor? Nothing too burdensome, I promise. This way. Hi, Nadana. Needs to simmer just a bit longer, I'd say. In the meantime, I was hoping I might ask you a few questions. The red sky, these terrible beasts. What in the name of the sisters is happening here in Thabna? Oh my, that's rather a lot to take in. It would seem the situation is even more grave than we suspected. Thank you, my friend. My colleagues and I will use your knowledge to see if we can further our own research. And with that, here we go. A pot of piping hot chai, brewed from my own secret recipe of spices and tea leaves, together with hearty helpings of rich milk and purest sugar. I've made enough for everyone in the village. Might I trouble you to deliver a few cups? The drink has medicinal properties, then? Not in the least. The ingredients are quite ordinary. It's so very tasty, though, and has a way of uplifting the spirits. The spicy aroma and distinctive sweetness of chai is a simple, everyday pleasure on our island. Sometimes the best medicine is the simplest. A lovely sentiment, Nadana. By all means, allow us to assist. While you lot distribute hot beverages, I'll do a sweep for errant beasts to slay. A far less arduous task, no doubt. When you've finished, look for me at Wakeful Tirana. Let's hand out some chai. Look at them all lazing about, knowing full well the beast might strike again at any moment. Do they not realize their lives are in danger? Well, I, for one, intend to survive. I'm too young to die. Yes, I'll leave this island behind if I must. But where would I go? Is anywhere safe these days? I don't know, but here's some chai. A cup of chai? Can't you see I have more important things to worry about? No, you're right. It is precisely in times like these that we must strive to remain calm and steady. I do believe I'll visit the Elder and see what needs to be done. If there's any way I can aid my village and my friends, I will do it. Anyone up in here need some tea? No? There's someone. I'm sorry, I just want to be left alone. My best friend and I, we fled the village together. One of those beasts took him, and it was all I could do to run. All the while I could hear this monstrous voice screaming my name. Have some tea. This is for me? We used to drink chai together often. Shared stories over steaming cups after a hard day's work. Thank you, my friend. The pain may never pass, but I must press on all the same. For his memory and for we who must remember. Oh, there we go. I see the marker. Wait, I know you. You were the one who saved us from those beasts back at the temple. Were it not for you, well, let's not even think about that. At times like this, we mustn't dwell on what might have been, but look to the future. But what future awaits us? How can Radz-at-han hope to recover from this? Most of my friends are gone, and I don't know where to run. Have some tea. A cup of chai. Well, if you insist. That aroma has a way of clearing the mind. Come to think of it, we've faced our fair share of trials in the past as well. No matter how hard the times, we've always come together as a people united. One day at a time, one step at a time. But that is all any of us can do. Yes, back to work. Once I've finished this cup. Thank you. And back to Nidana. Thank you for delivering the chai, Asuka. Did it help lift the village's spirits? Yes. That is heartening to hear indeed. The final days show no signs of abating, but that is all the more reason that we must try to keep our composure. Our lives have been forever changed. The people we have lost will never return to us. These tragedies will long weigh on our hearts. But we have the capacity to live with our suffering, to carry the agony till we too join the fallen in death. It is not a surrender, but a recognition, for it is only in acceptance that we find the strength to move forward. Matsya. Under his wing. As you have finished your deliveries, might I talk to you for a moment? I was curious to know what has become of Mevan and Karasov's remains. We gathered them up. Oh, thank you, my friend. Surely they will be able to rest peacefully by each other's side. I and the people of Palakistan will perform the rites as soon as we are able. As for the child, it will not be easy for her, growing up without her parents. But I promise to do what I can. Once she is able to eat solid food, the fish I catch will help nourish her. Well, we've finished delivering the chai. I do believe everyone has a piping hot cup. I could almost believe there's a magic at work, how their tension fades with every sip. Let us pray that Palakistan has seen the last of those transformations, at least for now. They are still at risk, as every village in Avner is not. Still, I trust we can leave this place in the care of our friends from the Radiant and the High Crucible. Shall we return to Radz-at-han? By all means, do not let us keep you further. There are still many who have need of our wisdom and strength to deliver them from this terrible calamity. And I will do what I can as well. I will bring rations and supplies from Akyali. We have plenty to spare. Then let us find a Stydian and be on our way. Where did he wander off to again? The Wakeful Tirana, near the bridge to Radz-at-han, as I recall. Very well, then. All right. Not often I get gumbo in my roulette. My mount roulette. Elfino told me everything. Full glad am I to hear the people are safe. Likewise, you will be pleased to know I found no evidence of lingering beasts in the jungles and ruins. 'Twould seem you finished off the last of them. Trying times yet lie ahead for the people of Thavin. Fortunately, they have a wise and benevolent Satrap to shepherd them through. Speaking of which, I received word from Thancred not a short while ago. He awaits our return to the city on Alsdal's path. Come. Let's go find Thancred. Hello, Thancred. It is good to see you safe. Given the skies, 'tis all too easy to fear the worst. I am pleased to report that we've succeeded in quelling the threat here in the city. The beasts have all been felled, and the citizens are safe for now. I've also heard from the Radiant that an important proclamation will be made in the city square, though they said no more than that. Do you have any idea what this is about? Mayhap. So, Reacher is finally coming out from behind the curtain. I suppose we, too, should hear what he has to say. To Megaduta, then, but before that, it would appear that word of the assembly has not yet reached all the citizens. If anyone along the way seems unaware, we'd best enlighten them. Alright. Well, it wants us to take a specific path. Hello, boy. The beast's all gone. I've been hiding and I'm too scared to go out and look. Yeah, they're gone for now. Oh, that's a relief. I thought one of those beasts was going to eat me. I wonder where Varshan is. He's the slowest runner. I hope he got away. He could be with the other people from the palace. Maybe I'll see him in the square. It's a spooked youth. Hello, spooked youth. Leave me be, please. I swear to you, my flesh tastes absolutely terrible. Oh gods, what are you doing, scaring me like that? If we're not quiet, those beasts will find us. No, they're gone. The square, you say? But that's where the Satrap was killed. With my very eyes, I saw him crushed in that creature's maw. So many lives lost, such terrible carnage. And you say there's someone else who would lead Radz-at-han in his stead? Whoever they are, if they say anything to sully the memory of our beloved Satrap, I'll make them regret it. I don't think they're gonna say anything to sully Ahuan's memory. Oh, Graha and Y'shtola are here. That's good to know. They are also safe.
Look! Someone's coming!
People of Radz-at-han, it warms my heart to see so many brave, resilient souls before me. Today, I would share with you a great revelation. But before I do, I must make a humble request. Do not be alarmed, nor avert your eyes. See the one I unveil for who he is. and know that he means you no harm.
Very well. I dare say it can't be worse than the horrors we've already seen.
Many thanks.
A dragon!
Wow!
People of Radz-at-han, I am Vritra, and for years uncounted hath this isle served as mine abode. 'Tis as the Satrap's ally I am known. Today, I would reveal the truth unto you.
Sorry.
Let us hope they accept him.
If I am hearing this right, you were the Satrap all along?
Vashan! I mean... Master Vitra... Does your divine eye really see all?
Nay, child. While mine eye hath borne witness to the whole of our nation's history, to its future I am blind as thee. Countrymen, calamity the likes of which we have never known is come to Favne, our home. Friends and loved ones have been taken from us. I, too, have lost my closest confidant. Ahawan loved this land and served it with dignity till his dying breath. A nobler satrap there will never be. For so long, I lacked the courage to face you. I will not easily earn your trust, this I know. And yet, I cannot sit idly by and abandon Radz-at-han to her fate. A font of boundless vibrancy, this jewel of the ocean. Since time immemorial, hath she glittered with every color imaginable. To this dragon, slumbering in his dark lair, 'twas a mesmerizing sight, and one that brought no end of joy to my heart. This calamity hath stolen too much from you already. Yet so long as you live, the light of Radz-at-han will never be extinguished. I pray you let me watch over it, over you, and lend me your strength that we might face this trial and those to come as one.
I do not know you, dragon, but I thank you for speaking the truth to us. As divinities, both Manusha and Riga once joined together, so too do I believe that hand in hand, we can overcome this ordeal and welcome an era of peace.
A sight that would have surely brought a smile to Azael's face.
Indeed.
Oh. It's Dad. What's he gonna come and do?
Excuse me, but I must speak with the Satrap at once.
Father,
You have suffered dearly of late, yet you must endeavor to look beyond these losses to the future you yet have. On behalf of the Forum of Sharlayan, I come with a proposal by which you, the people of Radz-at-han, might be saved. I say again, I must speak with your Satrap. I beseech you, take me to him with all possible haste.
I am Satrap here. Speak thy proposal. All present shall hear and judge.
If I have given offense, then I apologize. First, allow me to share with you what knowledge we have of the phenomenon responsible for your woes. The final days. 'Tis an affliction of stagnancy and rot, sown into the currents of the star. Though the first prominent manifestation was here, in Thavner, it will invariably spread to every corner of the world. The Forum was forewarned of this apocalypse several centuries ago. Thenceforth, my predecessors sought to prepare for the end times in the only conceivable fashion, by securing a means of escape.
Escape the star? What madness is this?
'Tis by no means madness. With the coming of the 7th umbral calamity, the true nature of the Red Moon, Dalamud, was revealed. That it was an artificial construct of ancient Alag. But what of the Silver Moon? This celestial satellite is yet another technological marvel fashioned and maintained by ancient allies. A ship that will sail the heavens and deliver our people from destruction. And by our people, I speak not only of Sharlayan. We mean to save every man, woman, and child it is within our power to save. Including you, our dear friends of Radz-at-han. Recent events necessitate adjustments be made, and quickly, but we can and will escort you safely to the moon.
Once again, apologies for all the sniffles today.
Long has thy Forum been allies to Thavner. I trust thou dost not extend this offer lightly. Yet I wonder, is this truly the way? Is there a future to be built for us beyond this star our father deemed the last bastion of hope?
It is for that very reason I come before you and your people. To answer any and all of your questions. To offer my assurances and allay your fears. Though, if you wish the best for your people, I advise you to render your decision swiftly.
Show our friends to Megaduta. They are to be received as honored guests. Worry not. Whatever decision is reached, your paths shall be yours to decide. Until then, heed the warning of these brave heroes. Guard your hearts against fear and despair, for it is within such fertile soil that the seeds of blasphemy find purchase. Remain calm and attend to your daily tasks. I shall return anon.
We'll do as you say, Master Vitra. We believe in you.
You're still here. What a relief.
Nidana, what's the matter? Has something happened at Palaka's stand?
Oh, no, not that I know of. I just hope to hear your thoughts on a theory of mine. All who undergo the transformation are drained of their ether, yes? What is it then that gives these beasts the strength to carry on as they do? Logically, they must be drawing upon an alternate form of vital energy. That put me in mind of our earlier conversation, when I tried to explain the essence which many confuse with ether.
Akasha. Yes, I remember. The unseen gift bestowed from on high. An energy influenced solely by emotion.
Yes, yes. In this instance, negative ones set Akasha into motion, thereby infusing the beasts with vitality. I posit this as the mechanism by which the beasts are born and sustained. Ah, do you still have that flower?
Yes. Oh. Oh no.
If we accept that
That's
it
not
once
good.
shone bright by drawing upon Akasha, influenced by the thoughts of those nearby, then fear, terror, despair, negative emotions so powerful as to suffocate it, permeated the air in this place. You must be very careful. The forces which drive the final days may be beyond our ability to perceive. Sorry, I didn't mean to scare you like that. At any rate, I will continue my research into Akasha. Do temper your expectations, however. There are sadly few detailed studies upon which I may draw.
Formulating a new theory as you have is itself no small feat. I wish you well in your endeavors, and pray you take care.
Thank you. You stay safe as well, yes? Till next we meet. And we will meet again.
Hi, Alphino. As far as we've come, and after all the horrors we've seen, there's still so much we do not know about the final days. Could it be, as Nidana said, that the cause of this phenomenon is beyond our comprehension? And if so, are we powerless to forestall it? Radiant host soldier. At World's End. Greetings, honored scions of the Seventh Dawn. I have a message from His Excellency the Satrap. Brave scions, you have my gratitude for aiding my people in this most trying of times. Alas, matters here at Megaduta prevent me from meeting you all in person. As a token of my appreciation, I have arranged for a feast to be held in your honor. May it nourish you in preparation for the trials ahead. Such are the words of Master Vritra. The feast he speaks of awaits you at Merhide's Mehain. Pray make your way there whenever your business here is done. We thank you for your kindness. Indeed, I was hoping we might find a place to discuss our next course of action, and that seems an ideal venue. Oh, and to you, Oscar Hassenpfeffer, there is someone we had hoped to introduce to you in particular. While I am loath to detain you further, might you spare a moment of your time? Okay. A personal invitation, knowing full well your services are in the highest demand right now. This must be important. Worry not, we'll save some food for you, so take all the time you need. Thank you, friend. Whenever you're ready, please join me at the Aetheryte Plaza. I shall go on ahead. Right. To the Aetheryte Plaza. Access to the Aetheryte, you see, there has been restricted to a select few ever since the tower first appeared. We sincerely apologize for the inconvenience, but it was deemed too dangerous to permit the free movement of visitors at a time of emergency, a risk we could not take. In light of recent developments, however, the Satrap has decided that such restrictions would only hinder our efforts to combat the final days. As such, I would encourage you to attune with the Aetheryte before proceeding along the corridor. I've done so. Hello, Awarine. Ah, you must be wondering what this place is. You stand in the Hall of the Radiant Host, from where our leadership oversees all of Radz-at-han's military operations. Sundrop, our destination, lies just ahead. Welcome to Sundrop. Without further ado, allow me to introduce you to... Oh, so you're the famous Satrap, right? I knew it the moment you stepped through the door. You've the look of one who's walked through hell. Shirabat, please. You are speaking to the Satrap's honored guest and the savior of our people. You do not show a modicum of respect. What disrespect is there in paying a fellow warrior a compliment? We're all friends here. Well, we'll be soon enough. More formally, then, for the benefit of my countrymen, it is a pleasure to have you with us, O great champion of Eorzea, scion of the seventh god, warrior of light, and all-around good egg, I'm sure. What is this place? I hear you've been to Kagane, where you'll have seen all sorts of foreign embassies and whatnot. Well, we've got them here in Radz-at-han too. Other lands send delegates to oversee trade and diplomatic dealings. Then there are the military matters to discuss, which is why all these officers are stationed here in Sundrop. I imagine you're more than familiar with each of the nations they represent, yes? We've got representatives from Doma, Ul'dah and Alamigo, Lim-Salominsa, Gridania, and last, but never let it be said least, Ishgard. They're the eyes, ears, and mouths that bridge the distance between Radz-at-han and their respective homelands. We've used this brief respite to share the details of our plight with our overseas counterparts. And wouldn't you know it, all of their leaders requested a few words from you specifically. You're a woman in high demand, eh? And so, would you mind regaling us with your own account? Indulge us before you indulge yourself. Okay. I thank you for the report. The conditions under which men are turned to beasts, the etheric anomalies you have observed, you have given us much to consider. It is concerning that the first transformation apparently occurred before the skies turned red, which is contrary to what one would expect. Thankfully, the information you conveyed to Lucia upon your return from the moon has already proved invaluable. As soon as reports of the calamity here and there now reached the Grand Company of Eorzea and our Far Eastern allies, our leaders knew at once that the final days were indeed upon us. They began taking steps to assess the extent of the phenomenon's spread. Our agents were able to confirm that. For the time being, the skies burn only over the Bounty, including this island and the Corvos. Alas, that is of little comfort. Aye. All throughout Allied lands, there have been reports of people transforming into hideous beasts. From what little we've learned, these incidents are similar in nature to that involving the merchant Kalsal. As was the case here, the victims underwent the change prior to the heavens being set ablaze. And so, while the burning skies have yet to manifest beyond bounty, transformations do not appear to be subject to any similar restriction. If anyone anywhere overcome by despair can turn, then no one is safe. That's about the size of it. Speaking of which, we ought to give these creatures a name, don't we? Here in Radz-at-han, we've taken to calling the first to change, which tend to be the biggest, blasphemies. A fitting name as any. To ensure clarity in future communications, we shall urge our comrades to adopt this terminology. Our leaders have taken measures to deal with the threat to the best of our abilities. Each nation has assembled their own groups of elite soldiers to put down these so-called blasphemies and their spawn, as and when they appear. At the same time, they're doing all in their power to put people's minds at ease and prevent panic and fear from spreading. That said, brave souls with strength and fortitude to fell these terrible fiends are not easily found. Just so, and it is for this reason that we turn to you. Pray lend us your strength and help us to slay the blasphemies that plague our homelands. Now, you don't have to give your reply before dinner. I should also mention that each blasphemy seems to possess wildly different characteristics. What works well against one may serve poorly against another. So before you go rushing off to save everyone's day, have a word with the delegates. They'll tell you what to expect. And with that, I do believe our friend here has a feast to attend. Spare a thought for us while you're tucking into all that fine cuisine, eh? So this is the role quests. Like the Virtue Hunters from Shadowbringers. Doma is ranged physical. Ulda and Alamigo are healer. Gridania is tanks. Limsa Lominsa is melee. And Ishgard is magic. Pray forgive Shar about her rudeness. She can be a bit boisterous at times, but it is simply her nature. Anyway, my apologies for keeping you from your hard-earned rest. You will be rejoining your companions, yes? Do you know the way to the Mayhain? Yes. I know Radz-at-han like the back of my hand. Glad to hear you're becoming familiar with our fair city. You'll be pleased to hear that all drinks are on the house, so order whatever suits your fancy. And with that, I must return to my post. On behalf of all the Radiant host, I thank you and your friends once more for lending your strength and courage to Radz-at-han in our time of need. We shall endeavor to fight the good fight to the end, that we might honor Ahewan's legacy and serve Master Reacher well. Have my word that your efforts will not be in vain. Cool. Let's go to our feast. Welcome. When the Satrap asked us to entertain a party of honored guests, I was wondering who it might be. This is a lovely surprise, to say the least. By the way, I heard all about Kalsal from your friend Rahatia. I understand there was nothing that could be done, but I was heartened to hear that he meant us no harm. I cannot thank you enough for dispatching the beasts. As the smallest token of our thanks, your food and drink tonight are Merheid's treat. Speaking of which, what shall I start you off with? Chai. As you wish, pray join your friends and I will bring you your drink. Ishtola. Welcome back. Whatever did the Radiant want with you, pray tell? Oh, delegates from our allies. Our allies have sent military delegates. That's news to me. Mind sharing the details?
So blasphemies now plague all the realm.
It will only get worse if what Father said is true.
as it did in Amarot.
If that's our model, then shouldn't we expect the effects to grow more severe as it feeds off its own spread? As if people transforming into those monstrosities wasn't bad enough. If the flora and fauna, if the land itself turned against us.
No one would survive.
Uh-oh, it's a big mug.
Here's your order, friend. May you find comfort in these dark times.
Where do we go from here? If there's one thing we've learned, fighting blindly and simply reacting to what comes will accomplish nothing. We must find a solution that addresses the fundamental cause. Before our strength is exhausted, before this crisis spirals out of control. Is there something, anything we've overlooked?
If there is an answer, Hydaelyn herself will have it. 'Twas she who bound Zodiark and forestalled the final days. Alas, we have heard naught from her since the Tower of Babel. Whether she cannot or will not speak, I can only speculate. Even the flower she gave us is no more.
In our time, we called it Elpis. You would do well to remember the name.
So advised the Watcher. What could be the significance of that name? It is entirely unfamiliar to me.
To me as well. It meant something to the ancients, though. In our time.
Most surely. Yet I do not recall a single mention of it in the records of Anida.
Another dead end. And quite literally. It's not as if there are any ancients living we could go and ask.
Not alive as such, but not quite dead. Elidibus. I sealed him in the White Horusite of the Crystal Tower back on the first. Contained within that reservoir of ether that maintains it, ether that is returned little by little to the sea. Naught may remain of his soul. However, if part of it lingers, we might be able to speak with him there. I know we can no longer make that journey, but you, my friend, still can.
It would be an opportunity to look in on the others as well.
Thank you, my friend. That would mean much to me.
If nothing else, should we learn the First is safe, we'll have that much more reason to keep fighting the good fight. That said, the odds are not in our favor, to say the least. Which is why we're fortunate to have Urianger up there on the moon, working hard to make all the necessary preparations for our departure, should it come to it.
And why we have nothing to lose by staying the course till the last instant.
Indeed. To the last, let us all do what we can. I will consult with Master Matoya and see if she knows of a way to reach Hydaelyn from the Ethereal Sea.
And I will visit the nation's leaders and attempt to ascertain how far the final days have progressed elsewhere.
Keep me abreast of your findings. I can seek out and slay the worst of the immediate threats, if only to slow the spread.
Unease, terror, despair. Try as we might to suppress them, these emotions will return to harry us time and time again. But when they do, remember this. Your friends and loved ones are out there somewhere, sharing in your struggle. You are not alone.
So ends the brief respite before the next revelation. Yes, so much left for you to see. Where beginning ends, and end begins.
Now then, is there anything we've forgotten to mention? Arms and armor in good order. Yep. In that case, it's time we each attended to our tasks. And when you arrive on the first, give my regards to Reed. Tell her I miss her. And that is where we will end for now. And next time, we'll talk to Graha and then, you know, go back to the first. And, talk to Elidibus, I guess. Alrighty. Until then.